Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon. I'm just opening my Macs. Just give me a minute. Then we'll start off with our things.
Yes, sir. Sir, I send you a reference image, sir.
Okay, I haven't seen. Oh, just give me a second. I'll check it.
Sir, in that I have a problem, sir. How to construct the lamp, sir, in it, the bigger lamp.
One sec. Let me see.
Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. Okay. We're talking about this lamp.
yes, sir.
It's just like pretty simple. Okay, just give me a second.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you. So this is basically a basic shape. You can see it's clearly visible. It's a cylindrical shape, right? So we'll start with a cylinder.
Yes,
Good afternoon. Very good afternoon. Um, Sides not required. Polygons. Delete. Delete. Like suppose this is by thickness. So what I have to do is here. So here I can see it's like number of sides. Just calculate the number of sides. Suppose you have like I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. That means I need at least double. Like 10 means at least 20 sides of this edges. So what I can select that. So I can select one. Or like this is I feel little low, so I'll just add a turbo just to make it little smoother. Double,
yes, sir.
just increase it. Or like while creating the cylinder only increase it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this one is not required, delete it. So now I need every alternative edge. So we have this alternative things, you can see every alternative, select that.
Yes, sir. Okay, done.
What's wrong? Why it's not going inside? Pivot is correct. Pivot correct. Scaling also correct. Let me see. Let's grab it. So basic sheet is ready. So let's go to select out edge, alternative. control click on vertex. So now I have the selection of vertex. So, okay, one second. Edge, this one also, and to select ring. Yeah, because here it's blends. There is no depression. Slight depression is there. So I can select this also. I select all of them, control click on the vertex, got the vertex mode,
Yes, sir.
and scale it slightly inside. Like not that much, very subtle.
Yes, sir.
So get this shape. You can see this wavy thing. You have that wavy thing here also. You get that. With the shape, and now if required, you can separate this brass part, this metallic part, and this more. You can separate that and keep it like this. And then once you create this thing, now you can start texturing. Yes, like there are a lot of optimization is required. Now, once you've done this, select one ring. Sorry, my bad. Select the ring. I need to reduce. So now topology is too much. So I need to optimize the model. And I can collapse it. Should work. It's not creating a ring. Okay, anyways. You have collapse. So like this, you optimize the model, reduce, connect them, reduce it, and then create a chain link separately.
Yes,
And the basic lamp is ready.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yes, tell me.
Sir, I have sent you the files, FDS file to your email.
You send me
I was having doubt about the curvature issue.
curvature issue.
On Saturday, I do.
Okay. This is this the like old this thing? Old module thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So in that, like you asked me, na, like some issue happens. So what you can do? Okay, I'll check that after class. I'll send you a reply back in the mail. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And in doubt clearing session, we can discuss those things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll check that. And if you're having some issue in texturing, I guess last time you sent me some texturing issue, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can send me the file, like texturing file.
Yes, sir. Actually, I told my father that he send it from his email in his office. So in my house, the internet is very slow, sir. Uploading speed is very slow. I told him that he'll send it.
Okay, like whenever you get time, you send me. I'll check that file.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so that staircase we are creating, so it's unwrap. You can see you have to unwrap it, check everything. And model is ready. I was unwrapping everything, cleaning everything. This is which part? This section. except this area. Okay, this is here. So let's see. Let's fix our problems. Yeah, this one. It's supposed to stitch here. Stitch it. And this, all these things, if I stitch it together, this curve, because this is a curve, if I stitch it, it will create problem. So that is something I cannot do. So I'll stitch it here. So there's no seam. Relax, relax it nicely. Okay, I guess my geometry is flipped. So I have to check it. Is it flipped or not? So go to select. You can see you have select inverted polygons. I can see there is one face which is problematic here. This one I have to fix. Or I can see the entire thing, relax it nicely. Yeah, see? So it's creating some weird issue here because all of these things are connected together. So easiest process will be to keep it clean. If I separate this section, it become super clean. So this section should be separated completely. Separated. Clean. So again, I have to make it straight. All these lines. Clean line. So everything is clean, and check your checkers. You can see it's like clean. I can see here there is slight stretch because of the angle. Because there is an angle, that's why there's a slight stretch. So if I want, I can I can make it like it's like angle, so it will fix. But it's straight, so it will texture will come correct without any problem. So I'll keep it like this. This is also clean. This is also clean, and this is which part is this? Oh, this section. This is also clean, so I have to make few things straight. So you can see there is a slight bend. That's because of this section. It should be straight. This again be straight. And align it nicely. Width. Also align it nicely. So checkers, just check, look for the checkers. Make sure all checkers are correct. Everything is clean. And this kind of looks fine. And this I'll select all of them together. Rotate also switch on and then pack it. I can pack it nicely, but I can still see there is a lot of empty space and some issues. Select this, rotate. It fits everything here nicely, but I still have a lot of empty space. So that is something is not correct because wastage of UV is not at all like okay. It's not. It's wrong. So wastage of UV, to make sure like how you can fix it and clean everything. This is one single wall. Keep it together, and like now to make things better, if I want, I can select this one, break it. keep it straight, pack it one more time. So you can see better packing. I have now less issue with the with my this thing UV. So similar way, if I want, I can separate this section also. Right click, break it, select, pack it one more time. So this thing is section broken. This is broken, correct. Still I have a lot of empty space. So empty space I have to fill. I have to make sure there is no empty space. And this section, this particular part have a separate texture, so I'll break it now. Again, pack it. So you can see based on the texture, I'm breaking my UVs and all. And here, for this wall, this should continue here. Oh, my bad. Break it, select this one. Stitch selected. Select this. Here only. Still you can see I have space. Still I have empty space. So I need to check those things nicely. Stair looks fine. This wall looks fine. And checkers looks fine. So there's nothing much I can do about it. So what I'll do is I'll create those in my reference. If you see, I have a lot of lights. Just give me a second, open it. Some other small, you can see there's a light source. Then we have light source, tubes. So what I'll do, I'll create a tube light, this tube box here, and place that in this texture on texture. So what will happen? So my this texture, I'll create that thing, but I'll keep the model separate. Texturing to I'll use the same texture map, same UV map, but I'll keep the model separate so that I can place it in use it as a modular piece in Unreal. So this is done. So I'll just collapse it and hide selection. Yeah. Now I need to create that tube light shape. So let's see. I'll just simply switch on my grid point. So I don't have to like do it again and again. I got this thickness. It's perfectly snapped in this corner. So when I export it, the pivot point will come here automatically. So let's see, box, polygon, delete, because the top part will never be visible. Base, insert, the thickness is very important. Push it inside. So I get this thickness of the tube light. And now I have two tubes here, two tube lights here. So what I'll do, I'll create those tube lights. It can be a little cylindrical in shape. So 18, so I'll make it like 8 or something, very less segments, because this part will going to glow, so nothing will be visible. So it will become easy for me. So then I'll start creating this thing. Left side, I'll go to left, or maybe front. I'll create this tube. Delete this face, delete this face. These two are not required. Select this one. Place it slightly extra, that's fine. Slightly extra, it's too much. Slightly extra is fine. Now delete all those not visible polygons and select this thing, border, edge. I will select this edge and the other edge, this one, and push it up. It's not visible anymore, only that section. So tube light is ready. Two tube lights, and select both of them, align it nicely. If required, I can push it slightly towards center. This also towards center. The tube light, like, because all other details are not required, because that won't be visible, because this basic box will be visible and plus this tube light will be visible. It will, because this thing will glow, and this thing, metal or that box basic frame of your tube light is a very basic simple model. Attach, 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 done. Now unhide all, this one and this one, these two together, isolate. So I have the tube light here and this thing over here. So I'm not going to combine them together. I'll keep them separate only. Apply a UV together, selected, open. Now I see I need that particular section for texture or UV. Select and move it outside, plus this tube light, move it outside. So these two things I need. This is my basic frame. So if I want, I can flatten it, or if I want, I can like, let's see, relax. Doesn't work very nicely. It doesn't work very nicely. So I'll select the entire thing. These two, this tube light, this looks fine. Only this section I need to fix. Mapping, flatten mapping. Okay. Move it outside. Unwrap this thing nicely. This thing is correct, and this center part is not visible. So what I'll do is I'll select this, stitch it together only. Everything selected. Now one thing to do, I have to break these corners. Otherwise, it won't work nicely because UV will be stretched. Break it. Relax. So it will become like this. It's perfect now, perfectly clean. There are two tube lights here. So these two tube lights are not required. I can keep only one and reduce the size because it's going to illuminate, it's going to glow. So texture doesn't matter for this particular part. So I'll keep it wherever I want. So I have empty space here. So I'll just simply try to place it here without wasting UV space. And now I have this section. So this, for this section, I can select this one. 90 degree, rotate, place it here. Place it here, and here I can see these two things. If I want to adjust, if I rotate this, I can just fit it better. No, doesn't work. This fits it here nicely. I scale it down slightly so that there is no intersection and no overlapping. Everything is clean. Still, I have little empty space here. So in my reference, I can see I have another small light, this tube light, plus there's a small another light. You can see it's repeating a lot of place. So I'll create a small section. Let's see if I can see some close up. Some close up if I have. Tube light I have created. Tube light I have created. There's no close up. Cannot see any close up. Here I can see. It's kind of similar. Only thing I need to add, make it a little smaller. So the best thing will be now basically this thing is ready. Collapse. Hide selection. So you can see based on the UV, because my UV, I have wastage of UV space. So I don't want to do that. I want to, that's why I'm creating models and fitting into that section. So now right click, clone the model, like only duplicate the model and hide one. Hide selection, I have another one. Small, little squeezed, rectangular in shape. Now pivot point, affect pivot point only, snap grid point or what vertex point. Or it's not on. Snap it. Perfectly snapped. Now switch on your grid point. Snap it on the grid. Now the shape is correct. Everything is ready. And only one thing I can do is I feel this tube lights in this particular model. These tubes are slightly outside. Maybe somewhere. Snapping. Switch off. Somewhere here. Then this part also. Push it slightly down. It should touch that surface. Yeah. And similarly, this border, I can make it small. So it's the same model, just little modified. Yes, if I want, I can add more details here. But this is a small, tiny part. It won't be visible that much. So, and this light will glow. So I need those things. Unhide all, hide selection. Now I select all of them, all three of them, apply a UV, and go here. So now I have separate parts. So this part, light, I can keep it overlap because light is going to glow. So there won't be any texture visibility. So you can see I have a duplicate here, rotate, and it's a smaller piece. I can keep it, or maybe I can rotate again. So you can see my most of the UV wastage area are almost covered. Max to fill everything, what I can do, I can just simply like remove the lights and fit wherever I have empty space, because it should not look like UV wastage. That is something is not absolutely no. So it's done. Collapse. Yes. So my UVs are completely filled. My model is filled. And now this particular texture have three different models. So for texturing them, I cannot keep it like this. So only just for texturing, I have to move my model. Sorry. I have to move my model so that there is no intersection. Select these two. I can keep it somewhere here. This one. This is only and only for texturing. This is not my final model. I'll export it and push it back to the origin, and then I export it. All three of them separated, so texturing become easy. There is nothing overlapped. Select the model. Export selected. This is my, it's a wall. So I'll just staircase, save it. Okay. So these three I am exporting together. Save your file. Now go to Substance. I'll texture it and then import it to Unreal. And it's DirectX. Delete only one material, the entire thing. So I have to bake model this thing. So this entire thing 2K or 4K, I'll bake it. As low poly as high poly, bake. Baked. So you can see nice clean baking everything. Now I have to create texture. So let me check my staircase. I can see this texture, and this concrete texture. So I'll keep it side. So for this base, I will use some textures from Megascan library. I have bridge already. Surface. So I have tiles. Find something similar. This looks kind of similar. Color is slightly different. So color I can manipulate within Substance itself, and I'll download this one. This one looks nice. Okay. Local. Okay, it's downloading. Just give me a second. One is here. Okay, just download that one. Normal roughness and bring it here. Select all of them. Texture, current session, import. So I'll apply this. A new paint fill layer. No metal, no height, only color, roughness, normal. Color to color, normal to normal, roughness to roughness. And this is supposed to come here only. Right click, black mask, and fill that section. I separated so I can select it by UV. This section, these two sections you can see clearly selected. Now I have the styling and everything will fix later. Now for staircase, I have another texture. Import that. One more layer, no metal, no height, color to base, normal to normal, roughness to roughness. And this is applied on the staircase. So black mask, select this one, select this one. And now let's control the tiling. I can control this tiling very easily with the help of this overall. Similarly, for this also, I can control this with the help of tiling. This looks much better. If I want, I can increase it. Yeah. Can create this staircase, different texture, different color. This floor is different color, different texture. Now I have this concrete. So for this concrete, I'll use a concrete texture from Megascan again. I guess I have downloaded concrete already. We have a couple of concretes here. So I don't want to use a like really clean concrete. I want to use something little weathered, old, so that it looks little old. It's more little yellowish in color. So there's one texture and two different colors. So let's use this one. Again, import textures. This is, I'm just applying base texture. After this, I have to add details. Imported. One more layer. No metal, no height. Color to color. Normal to normal. Roughness to roughness. Right click, black mask. So I have applied the texture, this also. So everything texture applied. I can modify the lighting and everything. So make sure you apply Studio 3 and tiling. I need to increase. So you can see if I increase too much, I can see the tiling very clearly. So I won't do it. Or maybe 2 or maybe 3, where tiling is not that prominently visible. Because for tiles and all, it's fine. But for this kind of generic texture, tiling, if tiling is visible, it's a bad texturing. So make sure tiling is not visible. So this thing is almost base textures and everything is applied nicely. Now I need to create the border and all, and plus this metal. So I'll go to smart material. I have an old brass material previously created, so I'll use this one, but I'll change the color because it's not gold. It's it's like more of a tin or maybe aluminum or iron, some kind of thing. So I'll right click, black mask. I can use mesh, this one, this one. Tube lights are separated. You see clearly, and go change the color. Base color, make it little more this thing, what do you call it? Base color parameters, basic. Where is my color option? Yes, color. So instead of this, I'll make it little off-white. But still you can see that golden color is there. It's coming from all this tonal and all this thing, deleted. And this variation, you see, so again gold. Select this. Same thing, advanced, open, make it gray color. There's one more, you can see this thing. Same thing, change the color to dark gray, and this one again, change the color towards gray. Just change the color, it will work perfectly. You see that yellowish tint is gone. Now I have these two tube lights, they are supposed to glow. So I'll create another layer. Oh, sorry, here, this one outside, separate, like separate layer. Everything in separate layer, right? So for this, I need base color and I need emissive. Rest everything is not required. So emissive is not there. I need to activate emissive. Go to channels plus there is something called emissive. Add emissive, switch it on. The color is little slightly yellowish, almost white. That will look nice. Pick the same color, right click, black mask. That's it. For this, nothing is required. This should glow, this will glow, so nothing will be visible. So this thing is ready, but this thing I need to fix. So here I can see in my reference, I have a strip of gray color going on control throughout this thing. So what I'll do, color, no metal, roughness also, if I want I can keep it or I can remove it. Normal not required, emissive not required. So normal roughness, I'll make it slightly shinier than the base, and height I'll add slightly height, so that when I add anything it gets separated, and it's the kind of a grayish color, dark gray. Now I need to create that continuous line. Right click, black mask, right click, paint this time, because I don't want to modify the main this thing. I want to modify it in a constructive way. Now go to paint, and go to brush. You can select a hard brush, basic hard brush, and let's start painting. Click wherever you want to create this thing. Click, press shift, click again. Generate this nicely. So I create this border very easily. Inside also change the lighting. So that border is ready. Now in my reference, this border, the upper part is different color. It's more, it's a yellowish tint, and this base is slightly grayish color. So let's see, this is my base. So select the base, right click, add a level. I want to make it slightly grayish in color. I can make it dark or make it slightly lighter in color. I can adjust those things. So you can modify slightly less colorful, make it a little lighter in tone. So you can see this clearly, clear difference. Now this top part have a yellow tint. So it just, I need to create another layer. It's only color, nothing else. That color is slightly yellowish. chrome yellow, more of a chrome yellow, right? Click, add a black mask. And now this part should be completely yellow in color. Right click, paint. And now I can paint this thing directly. So it's going to affect this area also. So I'll push it down. And this color is visible. So it is supposed to be not in normal mode, like same what we do in Photoshop, overlay or maybe soft light, that will give me that color information here. Or there is something called, you can see color. I can make it color like same like Photoshop. Tint looks much better. Fill that section, exact same manner. Fill this area also. There is no confusion in it, right? It's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So see, my color separation is ready, plus the texture detail is ready. And if you go to this gray strip, there also you can see the difference, because I have added little, it's just a color, solid color, and there's normal information, everything is already there. It's picking it up from the base. So basic structure all over, you can see my detail and everything, color tone and everything I have added here. So if I want to add something here, I can definitely go ahead and do it. I can do those things very easily. Like I feel this section, where is my tile? Not this one, not this one. Yeah, this one. So this tile, I'll move it up. Oh, sorry, it's fine only. This staircase, as far as I remember, there's a small strip here of same texture. Same texture. Create this. Created this thing, but you can see there is no height information. So what I'll do is select this one, which will height, add little height. Based on this selection, it will generate slightly height. You can see slightly height will generate. It will separate the surface. This thing, you see, I have dirt, it's weathered, old, everything. Texture, tiles, everything is ready. Base texture is ready. Now, once your base texture is ready, you need to add, I'll save the file first. Cookies. It's saving. Yeah, done. Now, my basic texture is ready. Now, overall, I need to add a couple of dirt here and there. Add a layer, only color and roughness, nothing else. The roughness can be matte, really matte, and color. What I'll do is I'll switch off this one and pick the color from my scene itself, slightly darker. Right click, black mask, right click, add a generator this time, and generator dirt. So it will generate dirt based on my model. You can see all the corners and all this thing. It will generate this dirt here. But this dirt, you can see it's too much, and plus it's a solid color. So it cannot be a solid color because solid color means there's no texture. So first I'll reduce the dirt level. I reduce it so I can see the separation clearly. See, and now, or if I to increase it slightly extra, still you can see it's generating a solid flat color. So what I'll do, this layer overlay, I'll change it to multiply. So what it will do is it will generate all the corner detail and blend with the base texture. Like what we do in Photoshop, multiply, it blends with the base layer and other layers. The same thing, it blend with that and generate all the corner information nicely and create that dirt effect. It looks like it's sitting here only, it's connected to this thing and there is a dirt and all this thing you see, dirt generated nice dirt. So like this, I can generate all the dirt. Dirt is generated. After that, if I want to add some, because it's a wall and it will work like all these parts, like if you are using it, you will touch those surface and it will become a little dirty or a little chip off or something. So I want to create those texture. So what I'll do is, if I want, I can input another texture. I can do that, or I can make it little more weathered. So how I can do it? Let's see. Suppose I want to create those chip off, paint chip off, plaster chip off, and make it little dirty, or those bricks and all these things are little exposed. How do I do it? I'll go to texture. I'll download a texture of that brick. So we have all this brick. You can see we have all these damaged things. I can download any one of them. Or I can do it directly in Substance, or like Substance also. Like suppose I want to create a damaged this thing. Let's see, create a layer, empty layer. Suppose I want to do it in Substance directly. So Control G, I'll group it. And this is my base layer. One layer. And in this layer, I want to create a brick. So what I have to do is I need to fill some texture here. So right click, add a fill, and I need color and height. Add height. Now this fill, color and height is required. So I can use this fill, or I can keep this solid color, or I can apply a texture here or add some color also. This fill is technically not required. Right click, add a black mask, add a fill here. So on this, I'll add a tile. You can see this bricks and all these things I have. I want to apply something I can definitely use. In this, I already have color, color and height. Add some height information, go to this thing, increase the tiling, brick. I need to rotate this thing 90 degree. So I suppose I want to expose this this brick part. So how do I do it? So basic, you can see base detail I have added already. So I don't want to do this thing visible everywhere. I want it to visible only few areas, like looks like a chip off. So what I'll do is right click, add one more generator top of it, and I'll add drip or maybe some dirt, all those things. Let's add drip. If I add drip, you can see it's, so you can see only drip. You cannot see this brick thing. So what I have to do is change the mode to multiply. So you can see only few areas it's visible, not everywhere. So this thing I can control spread. See, I can make it really strong. Contrast I can increase, decrease. This all this thing I can modify, so it will be random. See, it's not, see this part is completely flat base texture, but somewhere a few areas I have those exposed brick thing. And rest of the area, wherever I don't want it, like all this section, suppose I don't want it, right click, add a black mask to the folder and go to selection, this thing. I can select mode element wise. So it's only and only it should visible here. Oh, my bad. Mesh wise, I need white mask and get rid of all these things wherever I don't want to apply. This thing is also gone. X, select, select. So it gives me nice dynamic texture where I have a lot of details. And this base, you can see it's light in color. If I want, I can make it dark in color or pick some color from this thing. Slightly darker than this to make this nice variation. We have a height already here. It's creating all this effect here nicely. And now I want this, like dirt should be visible, like this chip off should have a little height. So in that case, what I have to do is I need to duplicate this one. Duplicate the same layer. And I don't want any color information from this. This time I want only and only height information from this. So this brick is not required, delete it. Only this surface is required, height. Let's multiply, make it normal. So you can see all these things generating with the help of this. So, but it can see it's creating a lot of bump. I want it to generate this nice bump. I'll make this really strong. Spread, I can make it a little stronger. So it will create this separation, this bumpy effect, but it's too much. It's way too much. Very subtle. See, very subtle information. So it separate the background and foreground. This is one technique you can generate directly into Substance, or I can just simply import some texture from Megascan or download from Google and then we apply it. We can do that also. It's way too dirty, so I'm not making it that dirty. Now here I feel I need to generate this nice depth. So control duplicate this layer. Brick is not required. Only this part is required. Make it normal. Select this. Color is also not required. It's too noisy. So I make it a little stronger or a little less stronger so that I get this nice effect. If I increase the contrast, it will separate these two surfaces. See, it will separate these two surfaces. Smoothness I can increase or decrease. drip intensity, I can smooth it out. It's too noisy. Contrast I can reduce. Alt and click, I can see it's like pretty noisy. So I'll just click on this and make it little high contrast and get rid of all this, like too much of this thing. So you can see that you can clearly see now the separation. This brick part and this surface, they are two separate surfaces, which is clearly visible. Add those things, add details if I want. Yeah. Now like this will generate all the details, then we'll import into Unreal this thing and fix all those things. And like for this surface also, you can see it's super clean. This is like, if this is weathered, this also will be weathered. This cannot be this clean. And this cannot be this clean. I need some dirt here, some amount of dirt. So I can add those dirt. And for that dirt, I can use some color also, or I can use some texture from this thing. I'll use a little brownish tint. Black mask. Add a generator. I can add a dirt. Add slight dirt, and I can see like it's generating nice dirt. Only thing is it's a solid single color. That is something I don't want, because it shouldn't be solid color. You can see, you can clearly see it's solid color. So make sure it's not a solid color. This texture I need to blend with the base. You can see base was black. So what I can do, I can reduce the opacity slightly, so it blends with the base and generate those detailed easily. So once you're done with this entire thing, save your file, export all the texture, and then we'll import it to Unreal. Like same process, you can see like process is same. So for all the files, all the assets, same process, create all the textures nicely, and then we'll export everything into Unreal and place it wherever it's supposed to place. Just I'll take the attendance, just give me a second. Okay, we have Prithviraj present, Devashish present, and Shubham present. See. So like this, texture your things, texture your stuff, and then we'll import it into and place it to Unreal properly. And those lights also will export separate. And now texturing is done, but for Unreal, we'll separate these three models separately, not together. Like separate model we have to export. Texture will be the same. Only the model will be separated. That will do it. That's something we'll do like this tomorrow. So we have running out of. So like let's start doing your things. If you having some difficulty or some issues, get back to me. Send me your files or images or queries. I'll solve them. And anything related to like other stuff, like not from this model, some other model, you can discuss it on Saturday. Anything, any kind of problems, we'll discuss that and solve all those problems. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then like start keep doing this thing, and then we'll like finish everything on time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Bye.